Hey guys, I'm sitting here waiting for my kids to get done at their little activity that they're at today. And so there might be a little background noise, but I was just thinking about how we want to blame people for something not working out, or just in life how we want to play the blame game. But at the end of the day, we have to really come into that space of understanding that people are where they are, and that's okay. We don't have to take it personally. We get to decide if we want to engage in whatever energy. And if somebody's not honest with you, that's because they can't be honest with themselves. If somebody, just isn't treating you right, a lot of the times they don't have respect for you because they're not respecting their self. Are they making decisions that serve their highest good? Are they making decisions that are going to feed them? And then if they're not, and those decisions are impacting you, you have to ask yourself, how am I asking somebody who can't even respect themselves to respect me? How am I asking somebody who can't be honest with themselves to be honest with me? How am I asking somebody who can't show up for themselves to show up for me? That's crazy. So we have to come into this space where we accept people for who they are and where they are. Because who they are is everybody is God. Everybody is an aspect of the divine, right? That's who they truly are. We play these characters. We get into these egos and we think that's who we are, this character we're playing. But we're really just an aspect of the universe. And most people just are asleep to that. And so when they're asleep to that, they're not able to come from that space. And so when you start to raise your frequency and you're coming from that space, you can't have expectations for people who aren't ready to meet you there to meet you there. You have to allow them to be on their journey. You have to step away if their decisions are starting to impact you, because that's respecting yourself. You disrespect yourself if you engage in a low vibrational frequency, or you're engaging with somebody who engages with low vibrational frequencies, and then you exchange energy with them. It can impact you. It really can impact you quite a bit. And so recognize that and don't take it personally. Just remove yourself, because you don't need anyone to feel fulfilled or loved. The only thing you need is inside of you, and that love inside of you, and that creativity. And you'll start to realize that being with yourself is where you can manifest these insane moments, these goosebump moments, these very creative moments, these just flowing with the universe and allowing life to unfold for you, instead of latching on to this expectation of what you want the future to be. Because it's not going to be that anyways. Has it ever in the history of predicting the future? No, unless you're the Simpsons. But my point is just live and let live. Let it be. If somebody's showing you that they're emanating a certain frequency that's going to be an equal exchange, and you're going to honor them and they honor you, you feed them, they feed you, then by all means dive in. But don't dive into a frequency with somebody and engage in those energies and then get disappointed that they can't meet you where you want them to meet you. Do not. Just say, that's okay. I'm going to give you some space so you can work on yourself. Maybe we'll get in touch in the future. In the meantime, just bask in your own self-love. That is the key. Not needing to reach externally. It's not even for a person even. Not needing to reach for something to make you feel better, and being able to harness that love in any given moment. If the emotions are coming through, just sit with them and understand what they are. Emotions, that's it. Just let them slide through, and then get back to doing things that raise your frequency. You know what that is for you. It's unique for everybody, right? But that's just a little message I wanted to come through with for everybody today, because it's just been something I've been dealing with. And I know when I'm dealing with stuff, a lot of times it's in the collective too. It's just like, you know, that Venus retrograde in Leo, it's just like stirring everything up emotionally for everybody. It's a full moon tonight. That's why I had my bare feet in the ground all day, because honestly, you can ground as much as you want and we're still floating right now, guys. So do your best and forget the rest. That's what I say to my kids. But yeah, focus on you. And if someone's not, you know, stepping up to the plate, you know, coming correct, being able to exchange that energy with you in a divine way, in a beautiful, I fill your cup, you fill my cup, but that's because our cups were both already overflowing, because we both respect ourselves. We are both honest with ourselves. We are both transparent. We both walk in integrity. We both are very intentional about our decisions, whether it's a friend, boyfriend, family member, it doesn't matter. That's when you are like, okay, you know, I'm ready to engage. I'm ready to exchange. But that's all self-respect, recognizing where you need to set boundaries and protect yourself, or where you can just open up a little. And you know what? Not everyone's always going to be able to meet you where you're at, but it's when you consistently put yourself in situations that are emotionally impacting you, or impacting you in some type of way negatively, that it becomes a toxic thing. So we just have to recognize that. And sometimes we're just like in families where there's a lot of toxicity, and that's okay. We can still sometimes, you know, dip our toes in the water, go to a family function and show up and shine in our light, and then we can leave and ground and all that. If it's a really toxic situation, then you have to set that firm boundary and maybe not even go. But you recognize that. Be very, very intentional about the way you move in life. And if you see that somebody's moving in ways that aren't respectful to themselves, then protect yourself from that. Don't enable it or say, oh, I can just protect myself, and then still engage in their energy. If you think that you're not going to be affected by that, you are lying to yourself. You will be. Because when you know better, you do better. So when you know better, you are going to protect yourself. You are going to, you know, take that intention one step further. Set your standards high. Because and also another thing is, like, be what you want. So if you want, like for me, like, and I'll say this to other, you know, young girls and stuff too. I'll say, if you want a man who's conservative, who's not trying to be all out there and be seen and all that all the time, then you don't be all out there and be seen and be all that all the time, because you're going to attract what you are, right? So that's just a quick example of just like embody what you desire and it will come into fruition, right? You literally become, just through your thoughts, your energy, your intention, what you want to create. It's really as simple as that. I wanted this to be a lot quicker, but it rolled into a couple other points that I wanted to tie in with it. But I love you guys, and just really hang in there. Try to ground as much as you can, and stay blessed on this full moon.